Yes, that error and deceit. Actually, I'm going to sue them from the time that they refused to contempt of court for motioning for a default dissolution of marriage, and that might go all the way back 20 years ago. 20 fucking years that court decided to screw over Heidi's husband's ooch. Now, there are some reasons for divorce. Yes, yes, yes. Inter alia, unbearable life of spouses, adultery, assassination, ouch, against the life of the spouse, serious maltreatment, ouch, ill-intended and unjustifiable abandonment, incurable mental illness and continuous incapacity to act, unreasonable interruption of factual cohabitation for more than 1 year, and divorce by mutual agreement. Oh, now when I look at the reasons that the divorce. Oh, I'm sorry, Judge, but when you don't contempt court, you are personally liable for the last 20 fucking years of suffering that I've had. Ooch. Now, all of a sudden, the damages are in the billions. Now, I'm going to want that disillusion removed, and then I'm going to file, yes, in the United Nations, in their court system, a court of competent jurisdiction. Yes. See, they say here, the legal panel, ouch, marital dispute procedures. Yes. A panel composed of one judge and two lay judges conducts procedures of marital disputes in the first instance court and brings decisions, whereas in the second instance, the panel is comprised of a panel of three judges. As I said, if she hadn't signed Heidi Lee Hodges, now they can investigate the actual claims for the voiding of the actual dissolution of marriage. When I provide the evidence to the United Nations panel that Jefferson County wouldn't have a contempt of court charges against my wife, and I didn't know that when I entered into the marriage relationship, yes, you've allowed her to get away with crime for the last 20 years. Yeah, well, um, you. I'm so sorry. The United Nations has the right to investigate all Oh, look at this investigation inquiries. Facts based upon which the party based its request in marital disputes. Yes, may be considered contestable by the court, even when such facts are no longer contestable by between the parties. Now, you decided that you were going to dissolve a marriage. You were going to allow for a contempt of court. You were going to arrest me and serve me at the same moment, and that nobody's going to enforce my rights in the United States. Yes, they're not going to enforce my rights in the United Nations. They're not going to enforce the actual treaties of the United States. Now, when I get to thinking of suing exactly how many different ways that's available to me, yes, it is. I want you to remove your fucking court orders today. Now, I gave you my phone number. Yes, I want to speak to my sons and these victims' rights. Yes, I want them. Then I want the victims' resources. Yes, I don't want to sleep on a hardwood floor. Yes, I'd actually like to reside with my sons, and I want to speak to Marilyn about where she wants to reside. You wouldn't prosecute Mike Van Proyen for using an image of my biological sister. You wouldn't prosecute Mike Van Proyen. You wouldn't prosecute Mike Van Proyen. You wouldn't prosecute